Oh, that tax man is coming. On Tuesday, it is tax day. It's the last day you can file your 2017 tax returns to do it on time. What you need to know before you submit your tax returns to the IRS. Lawrence Levy from Levy & Associates Tax Resolution and Accounting is here in studio, the most important man of the year around this time, helping a lot of people out, Lawrence. Right. And, you know, you bring up tax day and so many people get so uncomfortable. It's one of those days on the calendar.
They panic and a lot of people get paralyzed, but people always ask us, what do you do if you know you're going to owe? And there's options out there. IRS and State of Michigan, we'll talk about a few of them. With the IRS, if you owe money, the IRS has an option for a payment plan. They call it an installment agreement. If you owe money to the IRS, they also have what they call currently non-collectible status, where they say, here's what you make, here's what you spend, and you have no disposable income, and we're going to deem you unable to pay. The third one is what you hear advertised a lot. You owe the IRS $10,000, $50,000, $1 million, and you settle for pennies on the dollar. Recently, we've had a lot of success, and I just brought a few examples with us. Sure. A gentleman locally here, right here in Metro Detroit, he owed over $700,000. A lot of money, no matter which way you cut it. And he to get an offer in compromise for just under $60,000, $59,000 and change. We want to be very clear to all the viewers out there that it doesn't always work like that, but it's based upon your disposable income and if you have liquidity and assets. So there's some criteria you have to go through. Another lady, really nice lady, got herself into a bit of a pickle financially, and she owed the IRS $110,000, and she settled for $12,000. Michigan, by the way, they just changed their rules a few years ago. Michigan now has an offer and compromise program, which they didn't for years. We were big lobbyists, if you will, for lack of a better term, to try and get Michigan to consider that. So if you're a viewer out there and you own a business and you get behind in sales tax or Michigan withholding for payroll tax, we had a restaurant right here in Michigan that owed $59,000 and they were able to get an offer and compromise for $1,000. These sound phenomenal. They work if you qualify, but if they don't, you have options out there. So whether you're the self-employed lawyer, doctor, plumber, electrician, real estate agent, or you had some bad advice, you didn't have enough withheld out of your paycheck and you work for one of the auto companies, whatever it may be, tax deadline day makes everyone be conscious. So we want to get the public to understand that options exist out there, because quite often the state of Michigan and the IRS does not say, hey, if you owe money, here are your options. They say, please pay. And we say, there's options out there. You just have to figure out what you'd best qualify for.
Lawrence, as you're talking, I can just imagine people at home right now putting their volume up on the television a little bit louder. Where can people find you?
We're right here locally in Lathrop Village on Southfield Road. We love our phone number, 800-TAX-LEVY, and people always say, is Levy your last name? And I say, it is. And we thank my father for that last name. And we always say, don't fear a levy, hire a levy. And remember, you want a levy on your side, not one against you. But there's options out there for taxpayers. The deadline's coming up on Tuesday. Today would be the date, but because it falls on a Sunday, you get till the Monday. But tomorrow is Emancipation Day, which is observed in Washington, D.C., so everyone gets a couple extra days. But if you're going to owe, if you're in the middle of an audit, if you haven't filed in a few years, hit that volume up button, but call us at 800-TAX-LEVY.
800-TAX-LEVY. I love it. Lawrence, such great information, and a lot of people out there certainly need to know that information, and I bet your phone's going to be ringing tomorrow.
Yeah, I hear it vibrating right now. Yeah.
All right.